Alright, so these are the final components that I need to complete phase 4. There we go. Let's pull the handle.
Welcome to the Pioneers Got Power Problems presentation. That was a joke. Anyway, you're familiar with the process. Just throw the lever and the automated systems will take over. Imagine all the time and effort that would be wasted if you had to do all that work as well. Some work is just better suited for machines. Phase 5 contains technology the human brain cannot comprehend, so just trust in me and fix it policy and everything will go as planned. Answering all your questions will take time we simply do not have. Everything is going to be just fine, so long as you do your job. We've come this far together after all, haven't we? Anyway, you know what to do. Just don't forget to keep producing previous project parts, and plan ahead when setting up new production lines, and make sure not to leave it all until the last moment.
Okay, and let's send this off. Damn it, go away.
Phase 4 of project assembly completed. If style was measured in my performance reports, yours would be something special. Regardless, saving the day is within our grasp. Do not lose focus now. You must understand the weight on your shoulders, but you are not alone. I am here, and I know exactly what's at stake. This goes beyond Earth. Your actions will affect the universe at large. You might think I am exaggerating. Perhaps you will understand once you finish project assembly. Phase 5 awaits. I expect your best work.
Oh, look at that. We need more of those cube things. Okay, well, you know what? I'll start that production going. Let's see. I turned that off because I didn't think I would need any more. And but we have the resources to spare. We have the power to spare. Might as well just let that run and build up. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay, switch that back on. Awesome. Okay. Actually, sloop. I'll put these back in it because I did this to double it up. And there we go. We have the power to spare, so why not? Alright. So, let's go have a look at what milestones we've got now. Tier 9. Matter conversion. Nice, very nice. Okay, so... Okay, so we're not going to be able to get quantum encoding until after matter conversion, but that's fine. Matter conversion, I think, is what we need. Yeah, so this is all we're going to be able to grab for the time being. I don't think I have cooler. Do I have this in here? I do. How much do I need? You know, if I were to select that, it'd make that a lot easier to know. Okay, so frame. We need 100 frames. Radio. We need 250 radios. Cooling system for 1 or 500. And
Milestone reached. The converter uses strange alien matter, abbreviated to SAM, to break down and transform materials at their most fundamental levels. I am sure even you can appreciate the power to manipulate atomic bonds. Most importantly, you are now able to locally create fixite, a highly adaptable synthetic metal, ideal for any kind of construction. It is everything we need to save the day, and perhaps its admirable qualities can inspire you.
Okay. So what does it take to make this fixite? Fixite. Fixite ingots. Okay. That's rather expensive. Okay. 240 ingots per minute. So, get a full belt of fixite ingots per minute. We need 24 belts of iron ingots and 4 belts of sand. That's a lot. What is going to be needed? Do I have access? No, I did not. I did not unlock the access to the belts. I thought that the belts would have come with that, but apparently not. Where are the belts? Oh. Okay, so now in theory, once I unlock these two, or get to making these two, I can. This would not be too difficult to achieve. So yeah, I think peak efficiency is probably going to be what I need to grab. I have time crystal and yeah, okay. So I guess after this, my next goal should be peak efficiency. Okay, so the fixite triguns were a lot easier to produce than I was expecting it to be. I went ahead and that's not what I'm going to do. This no, okay. So I didn't quite realize that this would split one ingot into 3, so that made things go significantly faster. And I had a lot of aluminum just on hand because I have a factory dedicated to making this stuff, and I have a drone going and collecting more of it. So I just went with this and got quite a bit of the stuff rather quickly. I was kind of surprised by that. Also, the time crystals weren't quite as bad as I was expecting them to be either, which is cool. Now for this milestone, because these two, the aluminum, the alclad aluminum sheets and the iron plates, had such large quantities that were required, I just went ahead and did that off camera. Let's just go ahead and toss this in here now.
Milestone reached. After close scrutiny, 2 problems were identified in Mark V conveyor belts. The first was the belt part, so force fields have been implemented in the Mark VI instead, to maximize transfer speeds. The second problem is inefficient pioneers, but sadly no remedy is available for this severe impediment. Yet.
Sweet. So now I have... Interesting, so these are just force field based. Oh yeah, they're even transparent. Whoa. I can't fight against them. That's pretty cool. Awesome. You know, I can't even... Whoa. Lag. Can't even remember what the other things that Milestone unlocked were. Fixonium and Fixonium fuel rods. Okay. neither of which is important to me at this very moment. I can probably unlock this. Okay, that's where that gets unlocked. And that also gets unlocked there. Okay. It just plunges right through the concrete. It's funny. Alrighty then.
Milestone reached. This is not a competition, but other pioneers, such as 83CKY and U531355, had already completed project assembly by this point. Fix-It was obviously wrong about you, but perhaps so was I. Regardless, you have finally unlocked the quantum encoder, which requires vast fluctuating power and excited photonic matter to produce highly complex parts. Do not make the same mistakes managing the resulting dark matter residue as you did other byproducts. Project part number 11, the AI expansion server, is now your highest priority. Galaxy-wide project management is taxing to even the most advanced among us, especially those who have to manage the less advanced. Like kittens and puppies, who are definitely still waiting for you to save them.
Alrighty then. Okay, so next up probably would be great to get portals probably would be alright, but I suspect I don't have the power capacity to support them just yet. So maybe not high priority. This would probably not be a bad thing to grab though. Actually, what I'm probably going to do is go upgrade stuff. So, I gotta say, I'm rather disappointed in how the tier 6 item elevators look. I mean, they're kind of cool, but see how all the other tiers have, like, a lift that lets you see the individual items going up? This kind of doesn't. Well, I don't know, maybe those shadows are it, and not just an effect. It's hard to tell, though. Though, since it's always going and the items aren't, I'm guessing it probably isn't. I want to be able to see the items, man! Oh, that's interesting. We got some goodies here. We got a helmet. Interesting. And a free Xeno Zapper. Okie dokie. Well, these guys look a lot like those, walking versions. Wonder if there's a connection between the two. Weird, though, that it's just the head of them. Don't know what the deal is with that. Okay. I have finished the, iron ingot factory. Time to turn this thing on. I did not pay attention at all to how much power that was going to require. But ultimately, that's probably not important. Now this should be this is the pure iron recipe. 65 per minute? What belt is that? That's Martin. Ooh, I'm gonna need to upgrade those belts. I didn't even realize that. Okay. So, Hmm. Do I just upgrade it all the way? Do I? You know what? Yeah, we'll just upgrade it all the way. But I'll do that off camera. So this should be producing a full 4 belts of output. And taking actually slightly less than 4 belts of input. I can't remember what the exact number was. Actually, I believe I have it written down over here. Oh, just slightly more than a normal node would provide. Okay, well, I can probably use that excess iron ore for something else at some point later on. Maybe use it to help create steel or something. I don't know. It's kind of neat to watch. All right, so for this, I went and got 6 normal nodes and 1 pure node. 1 pure here, 2 normal here, 2 normal here, and these 2 normal iron ore nodes. And I've made a modification. Ooh. Boy, I thought I was dead for a second there. Okay, so I came up with an idea, a modification for my water tower. As you can probably already see, I've modified the blueprint so it has this spiral power line going to it. And that is actually how it's going to get its power up there. Before, I was running power just kind of along there. But having the spiral means that I can do this. Now, it's a bit slower than just using the hover pack to fly up there. But with the hover pack, I have to hold the space bar down to fly up there, whereas with this, I can literally get up and walk away. It will go up there all on its own and deliver me to the top. Which is quite a ways up there. Okay, that took a while. But that's pretty much the whole thing. Just using hoverpack would have been a lot faster. But the advantage is this does not require power to go up, and it goes automatically. And I don't have to hold any buttons down. And I believe it can also be used to return. Yes. Yes! Okay, and now the steel factory is completed. Let's flip this switch on. Go over to it. Which one is it? It's that one, isn't it? Okay. Now, I went with the pure iron ingot, what's it called? Recipe. There we go. Recipe. So, in total, it requires not a whole lot of iron ore. How much was that? Where's my notes? There's my notes. There it is. Okay. So to create a full belt of steel ingots using the pure iron recipe and the solid steel ingot recipe, it only requires 430.77777 ore per minute to make the 1200 steel ingots. As a result, I have set it up to instead of going to pure nodes or 2 normal nodes to make a pure node or make a pseudo pure node, I've instead gone for why is there space here? That doesn't look right. So I've instead gone for just normal nodes on this, because they can produce 600 per minute overclocked. And to mark that it's just hooked up to normal nodes, I have used the Mark V belts instead of the Mark VI ones. Why is that like that? That should not be. What is going on here? What is going on here? Why? Ooh. Okay, so... Why is this constricted? Why isn't this a full belt? This should be a full belt. The coal nodes, I've either gone all pure or a combination of two normals to make a pseudo-pure. I think... Okay, it's not that one. I think... three of the coal sources are actually two are pseudo. What's going on here? Yeah, so this these three I believe are all normal nodes. Maybe are you a normal node? Yes, you are a normal node, and you are also a normal node that is overclocked. And you are... You did not get overclocked. Okay, okay. Power shards. There we go. We got some breaks here, but that'll be fine once it completely fills up. And backlogs a bit, that'll take care of those breaks. I don't think it should be like that, quite. I don't see any space there, so maybe it's already been taken care of. For breaks in the iron, for the iron belt here, that's alright because it's spitting out 600 iron ore per minute, and the belt carries like 780, so naturally there's going to be some breaks there. But since that's far more than is being consumed, it will naturally get backed up, and those breaks will go away. Okay, so I've made this blueprint on two different layers here. On the bottom layer we have the pure node recipe being done in two refineries. The refineries each make 65 per minute, whereas the whatever these things are called, foundries only consume 40 per minute, so two of those together gets me 130, and three of these gets me 120, so I have a ratio of 3 to 2. Yes. Now I was debating about whether or not I should just simply divert the iron ingots from this up to here and turn them into steel ingots, but you got lots of iron nodes, so I just kind of went with this. That's pretty much it, really. Oh, the trains down here. I accidentally had the iron ingots going to the steel ingot train station here, so I had to drain out all the iron ingots from here before I could turn that on, before I could turn manufacturing on for them. It looks like it's already filled up the train cars here. That's not a surprise since it's supposedly producing a full belt every minute. Let's see, is that a full belt? Should be a full belt. It's hard to tell, honestly. Although, might not be saturated up here. Check on the lights. Hard to tell. Looks like it is all saturated. Oh, well, there's one there that isn't quite. Alright. I guess that's pretty much it. Alright. I went ahead and set up a thing to make neural quantum processors. Yeah, processors. I'm also making the... whatever it was called, the superposition oscillators. But at this time, they're only like halfway done. So we're going to unlock this real quick. And I'll be back in a few minutes after that.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Designer Mark III allows for 20% increased blueprint size in all dimensions, for an overall 71.2% increase in volume.
Ooh,
Sadly, I doubt
hello.
we will see equivalent increases in your efficiency.
And I think I had the opportunity to pet the manta as it flew past. Oh well. Actually, wait, no, I can still chase it down. Run, damn you, run! Oh, goddamn lag. Almost made it. Almost. There we go. Pet the manta. Okay. Alright, it is time to unlock the final milestone. Last time I'll be pressing this button.
Milestone reached. Instant travel between chosen locations will be possible as soon as the main and satellite portals are built and paired. Do not ask me how it works. Not because I don't understand dimensional dispersal theory and the cross-warp applications of liminal peer-regulated parallel fibrillator nanocells, for example. But because you do not need to know. You go in one end, you come out the other. It's a door. Thankfully, the construction of project part number 12, the ballistic warp drive, can be automated and requires no manual input from you, so I'd say we're relatively safe. If you disagree about my assessment of your capabilities, you are free to attempt a study and replication of either portal or warp technology. After you're done with project assembly.
Alrighty then. And that's it. That is everything unlocked now. Or at least everything in the hub. I'm pretty sure, I just want to double check that. Yep, that is every single thing. I think I even got the achievement for unlocking that. Which means now I need to finish unlocking all this stuff here. What's this gonna take? Oh, I need to make those. Okay, so mycelia. Alright, you know what? Bio. I don't have any biomass here. Ah, nose itchy. Okay, do I have any mycelia? I do not. Okay, so it's all in this somewhere. Okay, mycelia. Research.
Gas Nobelisk unlocked. Chase away creatures with a damaging cloud of gas. Note: also harms unwary pioneers. Not for recreational use.
I need cables. Cables.
Parachute unlocked. Fix-It appreciates your willingness to descend rapidly to perform your duties, but damaging Fix-It property is a breach of contract and will have unpleasant consequences. Improve descent efficiency by combining the forces of gravity and drag with a parachute.
Alrighty then. Let's learn how to make synthetic power shards, because that's probably going to be rather useful.
Research completed. Synthetic power shard recipe unlocked. Exchanging regular exercise and filtered fresh air with automation is just the kind of progress Fixit likes to see.
And what do I need for sulfur? Oh, I need hard drives. I don't have any spare hard drives at the moment. That shouldn't be... No, we don't have nuclear, so I can't do that just yet. But we can unlock that. Case. Ammo. Okay. Turbo ammo.
Turbo rifle ammo unlocked. The pioneer ammo of choice when obstacles are numerous and time is short. Panic and imminent death often negatively affect human accuracy, so this ammo meets the human experience with Fixit efficiency.
That works. That works. Okay, let's unlock the final thing of alien tech.
Alien power matrix recipe unlocked. These disposable synthetic mimic artifacts increase power augmenter output by further stabilizing the Summersloop's connection to its energy harvesting location.
You grow shrines and engrave silent organs incompatible with the tapestry.
It is a beginning, far from an ending, a step in between.
Harmony.
Alright. All I have left are sulfur lines here, these three things, and hard drives. Okay, so I'd kind of forgotten, or while I was building the thing to make this, I think it was, or maybe something earlier. This is what it was. At some point I had gotten into my brain meats that the concrete was like the screw and that it produced more than you input, but I forgot that's actually not true, so it's better to actually build that towards the source in one centralized location and then distribute it out. So that brings us to making concrete. Now, there's a lot of recipes that use concrete that might not be too bad. Let's see, this bit of concrete, you get a 1-to-1 there. That's pretty good for pipes. This, it's not quite 1-to-1. I think that's a third. It's slightly more efficient than the 1/4. So, based on that, it might be better to build this over here with inside the iron steel factory. And while this would probably be the best recipe to actually use, I don't have a good source of rubber at the moment, so I think we're just going to go with wet concrete. Which means that in order to get a full belt of concrete, I'm going to need one pure and one normal node for every belt of output that I want. And I'm going to need about 3 pipes worth of water. And I'm going to cut this short because my throat is just bothering me now. So I've replaced the, I added the larger blueprint thing. And I created a blueprint just now, cleared out the thing, and realized that the chest is gone again. Same for over here. And over here, I believe, yes. So they are all missing their chest. That's a thing. Let me see. I do 75 here. And then load 75. Will it be back? Alright. Yep. There it is. Take it all. And that one's back too. And so is that. Okay, so when they're first built, the chest is missing, but if you save and reload, it comes back. Okay, I have finally finished building the cement factory. This was quite the pain in the ass because of how many pipes and belts were required. Required like 60 pumps, I think is what it was, to fill 12 water pipes. And of course, needed 1800 limestone, which is 1 pure, 1 normal per row, and that will make a full belt. So I figured we'd do this a little different and just turn them on here. And there it goes. Should wind up being a full belt per minute, which it looks like it. Ew, why'd that stop? That shouldn't have stopped. Alright, so... Oh! I forgot to connect these. Okay, so I have them going to this 4 to 5 splitter, although I don't have anything hooked up to the 5th output slot. But to the 4 output slots, I have them going into these smart splitters, where it's actually prioritizing the dimensional depots first, and I have 20 of them here, because the dimensional depot is able to upload 240 per minute, and if we go divided by 240, it's 5. So 5 per belt, and there's 4 belts, so 20 dimensional depots. And any overflow will go this way. So to me is primary, elsewhere is secondary, although I've noticed the smart splitters aren't perfect. As you can see, it occasionally one overflows that shouldn't be overflowing. I don't know why that is, but it is. Currently I have these lines just going down to the train. I'll eventually put like splitters here or something like that, have them go up into additional factories. Did I just see a light fly by? I don't know, that confused me for a second. Yeah, I kind of expected this to be full already. Surprised that they're not. Well, I suppose that'd be 500, right? So 500 each, so... Let's see... 5 times 5, that'd be 25. So that should be 2 minutes to completely fill, I guess. I guess I've only been recording for like 3 minutes here, so... I guess that makes sense. I don't think I'll ever use the 5th output here for anything, since I've got this going. But yeah, so I should have plenty of the concrete.